Hey, 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 collective, what's going on? Welcome to my channel, Crystal Empress 33. My name's Crystal, and I have your general collective reading. I'm getting ready to do the zodiacs. I did a live today. I did a few personal readings after that, and now I'm getting into the general readings for Monday, and then zodiacs. So if you see, you're probably about to see a lot of notifications pop up. I just heard choose yourself. Oh my God. Look what flew out when I said that. Choose yourself. Slow down and celebrate yourself. This came up in another reading, and I don't remember what it was. It was something about going out and celebrating with Source as if something's already happened. I got like a hair. I'm sorry. It's like there, stuck on my eyelash. Treat yourself and just know that when you're sitting there, I'm seeing somebody eating. So every morsel of food that you eat, they want you to taste it, and it's like they're celebrating you every time you do that. Slowing down is what speeds things up. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it's not. Okay, so here's a good example. I watched with my ex-husband, actually. We're actually pretty good friends now. We can hang out and eat together and all that stuff. It's fine. It's fun that we can do that now. We watched something. Oh man, it was just like some type of show competition where they make like samurai swords and all kinds of different swords, like metal workers of all kinds. And there was one guy who was so much slower than the other contestants. Like they would get everything faster, they would knock something out faster. But the guy that was the slowest was the one that won the entire competition. He won his show, and then he won against 4 other shows because there were 4 contestants or 3 other shows. So he made it, won the big buckaroos. He won the money, and he was slow when he started. Like I noticed when in his show, the guy that he was going against when they went back to their hometowns, he had the sword already kicked out and was starting. And this other guy, he was still measuring. He was still doing that. And his sword won in every cutting competition, every stabbing competition, everything that happened. So slow and steady wins the race with this energy. And what they're asking you to do is go slow right now and celebrate yourself. Really take it in that you've accomplished something great, even though the physical manifestation, it's like you, physical manifestation, you're this close to it. And they want you to start celebrating it right now. Right now. Because that goes, and then it goes, and it closes. So they're wanting you to do that. But slowing down is what speeds you up. 3:25 on the clock. That's my brother's date of death. My brother, what's up, Joshua? Be your own first priority. Do you see what these cards are coming out? This is all about self right now. Be your own. Oh my God, there's another one underneath it. I saw it like this. I didn't see like there was one underneath it. Be your own first priority and do it for you. There's too much of giving to other people and not enough giving to yourself. You are a precious, precious gem. You are a priority. You are a person. Outside of everything else that you do for everybody else, you are a person, and you get to choose your life. You get to choose your happiness. You get to choose your circumstances. You don't like where you are now. Focus forward on the future and what you want, and emanate those emotions right now. Okay, just say, I'm just going to put this out there. I'm not saying this is what you want. You want a yacht. All right? That makes me think, what are the kids saying these days? A yacht? I don't even know what that is. But it just came to my mind. My daughter's in my head. You want a yacht. That's going to require what? A lot of money. It's going to require prosperity, abundance, all of those things. And you're in a place right now where you're having a hard time making ends meet. Yacht, that energy, that vibrational wavelength that you have to be on to purchase something like that, in regards to the topic of money and making ends meet. You see the vibrational difference there? You want to be able to raise your vibration so that you can manifest the yacht, whatever it is for you. And this is why it's so important for you to focus on the inner, so that you can receive the yacht, you know, or the relationship or whatever. You don't, and as far as relationships go, forward thinking. If you're single, or if you want new friends, or if you want a new job, just think about it. Forward thinking. What kind of job do you want? What would you include there? What kind of boss would you want to work for? Emanate those emotions right now, because what you do today, your current vibration, your current thoughts, net your tomorrow. Which means on a day-to-day basis, if you have a momentum going where you're complaining a lot, or you're doing a lot for other people, and you have this shortage consciousness about you where there's not enough time, there's not enough money, not enough, you're not getting what you really deserve, and you are a fucking gem. You are a gem hidden in plain sight. They want you to acknowledge that. They want you to do it for you too. They don't want you doing it for anybody else. This is the time to put yourself first. Figure out what it is you want. And I'm also getting an energy here. Try new things. Maybe you don't have money to try new things. I don't know. But try new things. Like go for a walk outside. If you're used to walking outside, take a different path. Go down different streets. See new scenery. Try a new meal. Read a book in a genre that you've never read before. Do things like that to kind of just get you used to trying new things on a small scale. Because when you do that, thank you for the confirmation, when you do that, especially creative things, when you do that, you put yourself in a place of power. You put yourself in those high vibrations. Whenever we try something new, have you ever been on a vacation and like pretty much everything, you know, like the scenery's new, the people are new, the food's new, and you enjoy that, right? They want you to take a vacation in your mind and in your heart and focus on yourself. And you know what I said, creative things? I just noticed that she's actually drawing a mural. I just noticed that. It's giving me Queen of Wands vibes from that card right now. Oh, there we go. Something lovely will grow from this. This, and then bitch fires right underneath it. Stand up for yourself. This is what I mean. People, especially if you're somebody who's used to doing a lot for other people, when you pull that energy back and you start putting it on yourself, you're going to have people that's used to you doing stuff for them bitch about it, complain about it. Well, you don't do this with me anymore, and I don't feel loved by you, and you know, you're being selfish. Well, you know what? You didn't come here to be a servant to every other human being in your life. You came here to live your life. And in you living your life and choosing yourself, number one, you're teaching people around you what you will tolerate and what you won't. At first, the shift can be painful where you're going to have to stand up for yourself and just look, I need time for myself right now. I need to fill my tank. I'm feeling stressed out and I need to take a break. And start saying no to people who are used to, it's almost, I'm getting an energy here of good old faithful. You're the good old faithful person who always comes through and helps people out. Or you're the good old faithful person, like the neighbor asks you to pick something up and they do it quite frequently. And it's just like you do it and it kind of frustrates you, puts you out, you know, extra time and you don't get something done, but you do it anyway. You know what I mean? It's like people just kind of depend on you, and now I'm hearing a group of them have come to expect you to take care of them. And when you don't, they take it as they're not, you don't love them anymore, that you're being selfish, and that's not it at all. You're setting a healthy boundary, and this person or these people will eventually concede to that and see like, oh, okay, well, they were just, taking care of themselves, like they weren't going to tolerate that shit. Because what if they're using you, let's say, if they're using you and then you stop letting them use you, they're going to manipulate you. First off, they will manipulate you, and they will try to make it sound like, I don't know. So I'll give you an example. One of my ex and I have a son together, and he used to just use me all the time for money, for watching our son extra, like when we're supposed to have split schedules, and he would take off 2 weeks out of the month, and that happened for a year and a half straight. Before finally I was fed up, because I started, he would pick him up from, he'd get off work at 4:30, and he'd pick him up at like 7 sometimes. And I think the last straw for me was when I missed my hair appointment, because I don't have many of them, and I had it booked for a long time, and he didn't call me and tell me that he was going to be late, and I'm waiting, and I missed my hair appointment, and that was the last straw for me. And I let him have it. I could have been nicer about it, but I let him have it, and I set a boundary with him. And then every time he wanted to do something or go out of town, and I would say no, or say, I'm not doing this, or you're going to have to find somebody else, then he would be manipulative and say, well, if it was, I would always take my son. He would always say, I'll always take him. But then he's always the one needing the time, me to help out with his time. So his actions didn't align with his words. And we fought a lot in the beginning, but then it got to a point where it got peaceful, which was like, he had an understanding, I had an understanding. He would start asking instead of just telling me, hey, I'm going out of town, boom, take him. He just expected it because I did it for so long out of guilt. And our relationship is better for it now. Like, what we went through was tumultuous, but it paid off in the end, and that's the energy I'm getting here. It's time for you to unplug. It's time for you to take your power back. It's time for you to recognize your beauty, your worth, your strength, because you've got a lot going on for you. A lot of great things going on for you. And oh damn. How did I miss these? These two were stuck under these two. Hold on, let me see what they say. And you notice how I just had to start clearing my throat? You're not used to speaking up for yourself. That is so good. Ooh, that's good. I love lemon water. It comes with time and practice, and they're talking about confidence. You deserve sugar and not salt. So this goes hand in hand. You deserve sugar, not salt. That is about you accepting relationships and circumstances that aren't for you anymore. There are people that are going to leave your life, whether they're lovers, they're friends, they're coworkers, they're family members. People are meant to weave in and out of your life experience. Not everybody is meant to stay all the time. They're there for a time period, and then they go about their business. Maybe they come back later when you're in a better place and they're in a better place. But not always. You can't expect that. You got to keep living your life. And you're getting a lot of salt and not sugar from people that are around you. And that's why they're asking you right now to stand up for yourself. Do it for you. Make yourself a priority, because you're giving to people who are in lower vibrations, people who don't care about what you have going on. They only care about themselves and what they have going on. They're blocking your money. Point blank, period. Blessings that want to shower down on you, and they're blocking it. It's going to be difficult for some of you who are not used to sticking up for yourself. And it's because of confidence. And you know why your confidence it says confidence and comes with time and practice. It's because you've been around some evil queens, evil kings. I'm not kidding. It's because your confidence has been knocked, because other people value themselves and look at themselves as higher than you instead of looking at you like an equal with a kind heart who's willing to help and being appreciative. They're looking at you as somebody that they can use and manipulate. And this is the time for you to break free from that. Now, any tarot you want. Yeah, this is time. And this is the result of you breaking free from that. 9 of Pentacles. This is you receiving fruits for your labor. And your labor is not just about what you're doing in the physical. It's also about what you're doing in the spiritual and emotional and mental. It's, you know, mind, body, soul, mind, body, spirit, whatever. Trinity, right? The Son, the Father, the Holy Spirit, Trinity. That's what I'm getting here. It's like you've got to have the trifecta work in your favor here. And when you do, when you unplug and you start choosing yourself, and you may find yourself speaking up for yourself, it's going to help you gain confidence. When you start speaking up for yourself, it's hard at first because I'm not somebody who likes conflict. And when it was constant and I just thought it wouldn't end, it would frustrate me in the moment. But then Source was showing me like what he was doing, what he was thinking, and then how to respond to that. And over time, it just don't even affect me anymore. It doesn't bother me at all. Like, I don't know if it bothers him. I don't really care if it does, but that's what I mean, talking about my ex. And that's what I'm getting here. And you know what? And I'm going to say, he's not a bad person. He's not. He's hurt. He's a hurt person. And it's not, he wasn't hurt just by me. He was hurt by a lot of people. And he hasn't dealt with it. And he hasn't realized his own patterns. And I'm not going to hold that against him the way he's holding things against me. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to stoop to that level. I worked very hard to heal and get where I am. And I'm not going to let anybody get in the way of that anymore. And that's what I'm getting from this energy here. I've been where you guys are at this time. Holy shit. Let me show you this. So a lot of you know that my mom passed away. She's my angel. It's in my birth chart. And my brother passed away. These cards together, look, 9/16, that's her date of birth. You see how it says that? 9/16, that's her date of birth. And then these two cards were together, and it's 3/25. That's my brother's date of death. Yeah, this is time. This is the time to make yourself a priority. Other people are just going to have to deal with it. It's time for you to celebrate yourself. And you know, if you're somebody who's in tune with Source and spiritual, this is going to be much easier for you than somebody who's not. Especially if you've practiced meditation, especially if you understand signs, synchronicities, impulses, but especially meditation, because you can get all of the answers and the healing that you need in meditation and never need anybody else. Just gonna say it. Never need anybody else to give you any information ever, 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 ever again. Choose yourself. So let's see what tarot they want to come out with this. None? Maybe it's part of the deck. Okay, that flew over across 3 cards. And that's the only card that came out. And it was the 6 of Wands. Look. So it was actually like this. Okay. Hold on. Take my little finger condom off. So it was actually like this over these 3 cards. And it's the 6 of Wands. So when you unplug and relax and meditate, and you know what I love about this? The card's called a tower, but she is the tower, and she's upside down. So it's like you unplugging and relaxing is going to give you a different perspective. And I love, okay, yeah, and making yourself a priority, relaxing and learning to celebrate yourself. is where you receive all of your blessings. That's when you start receiving money. Money just starts flowing in from all kinds of resources that you didn't even think were possible because you've never received them like that before. Your reality has never allowed you to receive money in this type of way. And that's what I'm getting, is you're going to be able to do that. And you're going to get publicly recognized for this. This is also self-confidence. So you go from the card of confidence, it takes time, it comes with time and practice, to the self-confident card. Don't let people tell you you're selfish and think that that's a bad thing. If you don't have enough to fill your cup, how are you going to fill somebody else's cup? We're going to pretend this is a cup. If this is what you have in your emotional and physical tank, and you're giving to, and just pretend there are 3 of these, you're giving to a job, you're giving, like your career, you're giving to your kids, you're giving to your family, and you're giving to your friends. And you're giving from this, you're not even going to have enough for all 3 of those resources, and then you are completely wiped out and don't have anything. Whereas if you start out filled, you're up here and you're full, you have enough to give to all 3 areas of your life, and then some left over. You can't help somebody from an empty tank or an empty vessel. And that's what I feel like. You're not giving yourself. They want you to do stuff for yourself earlier in the day. Like, I don't know, if you're somebody who works early, get up early and spend some time with yourself. If you're somebody who has weekends off, spend time by yourself, for yourself, with yourself, early in the morning before you allow family things to kind of take over. And learn to say no and not feel bad about it. 2202, as I said that. Learn to say no and not feel bad about it. And you know what you do? That comes with practice too. Something lovely will grow from this. I want to read that from the book. You know what else I just noticed? Look at these. This says 1523. 325 backwards, and 15's the year my mom died. They are all over this reading. Okay, so they're coming through to let you know that, I've been through this. My daughter has been calling me all day. And I'm answering. She just, hold on. Honey, I'm making a video right now. Let me call you back. She said, dang it. That's funny. Okay, something lovely will grow from this. Either we sit around and dwell on our pain, or we learn how to grow something lovely out of it. Ready or not, it's time for the next chapter of your life. Do the thing you feel the most need to do in order to aid your healing, even if it feels selfish. Sometimes it needs to be a little selfish in order for it to work in the long run. Worry about focusing on you now. I wouldn't say worry about focusing on you, but I would say choose to focus on you. Don't worry. Just do it. Just do it. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.